All right, good morning, everyone. We're going to get started. So thank you for joining Rideshare Delaware on our second Telework Info series on how to set up a telework office and workspace. My name is Arlene Beltran. I'm one of the outreach coordinators for Rideshare Delaware, and I'll be guiding you on some of the best practices when setting up an ergonomically mindful telework space. And as we move forward, please feel free to enter your name and company, as well as if you're currently teleworking into the chat box. And we'll also have some interactive questions towards the end of the presentation. So recently many employers have switched to working remotely full time. And in doing so, employees had to set up an office or a teleworking space in a short amount of time. Some people may have already had a designated office to work out of, but for a lot of us, we've had to quickly convert a home space into a workspace. So depending on your home, your furniture, and your needs, that work area is going to look different for everyone. And we just want to assist in making sure that you are strategic about how you set up a workspace, and you have some general tips to utilize, proper office ergonomics and improve the safety when you are teleworking. So let's get started. So work from home office ergonomics is important because it minimizes any strain or injuries that are related to sitting and spending time at a desk or in front of a monitor. So a lot of us, we are spending about 40 hours a week in front of a screen, in front of a monitor, on a chair. And what proper office ergonomics means is having that correct chair, the desk, and that monitor height, and also having adequate equipment spacing, and being able to have natural posture, voluntary motion, and also rest time. So this can help you and your joints, stay comfortable while you work. It boosts productivity and also creates a better safety culture overall. And when it comes to equipment at your workstation, here are some tips to remember. So when it comes to choosing a chair, you want a chair that supports your spinal curve, and that you want to be able to adjust the height of the chair so that your feet rest flat on the floor or on a footrest. If you do have an armrest, you want to be able to adjust that armrest so your arms gently rest on them with your shoulders relaxed. So ideally, you would want a chair that is adjustable in height and has some kind of lumbar support. Then with your mouse and your keyboard, you want to be able to place your mouse, within easy reach and on the same surface as your keyboard. And if you are using a phone, make sure that you place your phone on speaker, or if you have a headset, use that rather than cradling the phone, between your head and your neck, because that can strain like your neck muscles. And for your monitor, place the monitor directly in front of you. The top of the screen should be at or slightly below your eye level. And the recommended eye to screen distance is about an arm's length. So if you are sitting here in front of a monitor, so I want you to extend your arm out and towards the screen. So the tips of your fingers should be touching the monitor screen, and that's how if the monitor is at the correct distance. You want to make sure that your screen is free from any glare, and you want to try and lower the bright lighting on your screen to reduce eye strain. So you might want to consider putting some platforms on dark mode to help with screen brightness. So if you or your team are using Microsoft Teams or Outlook, I know those are two platforms that have that dark mode feature that you might want to consider switching that over to. When it comes to, a table or a desk, with the popularity of standing desks with all different types of heights and everyone just having different furniture at home, just remember that, wherever you choose to work on, you don't want to have to hunch up your shoulders to type, and you also don't want your wrists to bend up or down when you are typing. And one thing that we don't always remember is smartphones. So when when you're typing on your smartphone or you're looking at images or anything like that, you don't want to hold your smartphone near your chest or your waist because, you're going to have to look down and that's going to strain your neck muscles. So make sure, when you're using your smartphone, hold your phone up towards your eye level. And perhaps, the most important tip and one that we have the hardest time with is to just take frequent breaks and change your position regularly. So sitting for a long time in the same position, that's going to restrict blood flow and it isn't good for your muscles. So, stretch, get up, and focus your eyes on new objects and distances. And that's recommended about every 20 minutes or so. So basically, overall, the goal is to just keep your body as neutral as possible when you are sitting and in front of that monitor and, working on your mouse and your keyboard and adjust the equipment that you have at home to try to make that happen. So here is just a quick visual and a reference guide so you can see, what the correct sitting and standing position looks like, whether you're sitting on a chair or working on a standing desk. So for those of you that are working from home, telecommuting, this is just a reminder that you can record your clean commuting trips into the free Rideshare Delaware app. If you live, work, or go to college in Delaware, you can also set your trips to record automatically. For every trip recorded, you earn 200 points, and then those points you can use them towards over 500 rewards that are local to you and the monthly raffle. And if you have any questions on how to download the app, set up your profile, or record your trips, you can refer to our how-to videos that are on our website. So now we want to hear from you. I know, working remotely can be a little isolating. So for those of you who are teleworking or have just started to work remotely, we want to know, what area did you choose to make a workspace and how is that working for you? So please, type in the chat box. We want to hear from you. We want to get some feedback and some comments. And while people are writing, I will share mine. So currently, I am working from home with my husband and we have set up in our dining area because of all the equipment that we have. So we have monitors, laptops, things like that that we need for work. The dining table was the area that was large enough to accommodate all of the equipment that we have. However, I am open to utilizing a different work area or just using, a different seat or a table so that, I do have better posture and back support as well. So I didn't know, are there any comments in the chat box? Anybody, want to unmute themselves and just explain, what area they chose and how that's kind of working for you guys?
So, hello everyone, this is Amy from Rideshare. And just to also give my input for my workspace, because I have several people in my household, because we all are home, including my son, my workspace varies. Depending on what I need. So if I'm working just on my computer and I'm not having any calls, I'll be downstairs in the kitchen area where I have my chair and table set up. But if I do need more privacy, say for a meeting or a webinar, I do go upstairs actually into my room where I can close the door so I won't have any distractions from either my son, other family members, and also my pets, because I'm sure if any of you have dogs or cats, you can't really control them. So whether a cat jumps on your lap and likes to get into your video screen or a dog starts barking. So during certain times when I need that privacy, I do go into my room where I can actually close off the rest of the household.
Great, Amy. Thanks for sharing.
And Arlene, too, I was just going to share, I had typed it in the chat, but I'm able to use my kitchen, the full kitchen table, which is very nice. I can spread out. I have a chair that I can adjust. But then I like it too because I set up each morning and I take it down each night, just like I was going into the office. So there's a beginning and an end to my day. So I kind of like that too.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
And I'm just going to add, this is Amy again. I'm just looking at the comments in the chat. So a couple people are working at their kitchen table, which is working fine for them. Some people are also, they have ordered a desk, so hopefully it'll be in shortly. So that's great as well. Another individual, they had a home office. So that was previous before the order came that non-essential employees had to work from home, so they're utilizing their home office with their desk. Let's see. I see a lot of kitchen tables. So another thing to remember is that maybe some individuals who are on the call, you did not work from home before this order came in, that employees who did not have to go into the office should be working from home. So it was probably a quick setup you did. So maybe you don't have the actual equipment that you would like, but something to think about down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. And then another question that we had for the people that are, listening into the webinar, how did you hear about this webinar? So that's definitely information that we'd like to know. So if you could type that into the chat box as well, was it like a referral link? Did you go to our website? Are you following us on social media? And that's how you found out about the webinar. So please go ahead, type in the chat box, how you found out about our Telework series. Right. So the Rideshare Delaware team, Kathleen, Amy, James, and myself, we would like to thank you for taking the time to tune into our second Telework Info series. Also, don't forget that our third series will take place next Friday, April 3rd, and that one will be focused around productive adults working from home. So you can sign up for that for free going to our website, ridesharedelaware.org. And also follow us on LinkedIn. We're very active on there. And also any of our social media. We're very active again on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So thank you so much for attending. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to contact us right in the chat box. We definitely like to hear from you guys. And I hope everyone has a happy Friday and a great weekend. So stay safe out there. Bye-bye.